Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to use a DAW to trigger profile changes on your Kemper profiler. And one of the ways that we're going to do this is by sending program changes from Studio One into the MIDI input of our Kemper. So when Studio One or any DAW that you're using is open, the first thing you're going to do is create an instrument track. So I'm going to go track, add instrument track. Go ahead and make this a little bigger. We're going to go Studio One Preferences, and you'll already see under External Devices, you'll see a Bay and a Kemper. I've already been doing this, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and make this by making a new instrument. I'm going to name it MIO, and the device name is Kemper. And the only thing we're worried about here is send to. So we're going to go MIO, and we're going to set the MIDI channel to 14. So this is going to send to MIDI channel 14, which we're eventually going to go and set the Kemper to also. So you'll see that there's another Kemper device, MIO channel 14, same as the one that I've been using. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this now since I've already been using it. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to hit OK, and you'll go over here to your track output on top, and you'll notice it'll say those it'll display two choices, Kemper or Obey. And in this instance, we're going to use Kemper. All inputs, which is fine, and because we're not sending anything into it, so just leave it that way. All right, and real quick, until we go to another session, I'm gonna just find a MIDI track that I've already made, and I'm just gonna drag that in to show you, how to get the MIDI track in there. All right, so the MIDI track's in there, and if you start playing now, your Kemper may or may not do anything depending on if you've set the MIDI channel on it. In this instance, it's already working. So we're going to double click the MIDI region, and the important thing here is to go to program change. Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger also. There we go. All right, at the bottom you'll see little nodes indicating that some sort of change is happening. Whenever these hit, that's what's going to be sent to your Kemper to change from one patch to the next. We're going to go to the back of the Kemper here, and at the bottom you'll see MIDI through, out, and in. And we're going to take the MIO USB, and we're going to take MIDI out, and we're going to put it in the MIDI input, and then we're going to connect the other end of that to a USB port on your computer. And probably the most important step, without this, it won't work. What we're going to do now is set the MIDI channel on your Kemper by going System. And then you're going to page right to Global MIDI channel. And we're going to set it to channel 14. You'll be able to change that with the middle knob on your Kemper. You'll notice if you turn it, it'll change the channels. And we're just going to go ahead and set it to MIDI channel 14. And then we'll go ahead and hit exit. Now going back to the DAW, if you follow these steps correctly, if you start playing a MIDI track, you'll notice that the Kemper is changing patches, which is exactly what we want it to be doing. If you get this far, it means it's working. And one of the benefits of this is if you're anything like my band, 2 guitars, drums, and bass. It's not really fun to just be standing around punching pedals and stuff like that. And this thing really allows you to open up your performance by changing your patches at any time. It works best with a metronome. It really works best with a metronome. If you can sync this up to a click, you can run lights with it. You can do all kinds of things, which I'll get into in another video. But yeah, I hope you learned something today, and thanks for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe, and press that little bell button so that way you can see whenever I post new videos of things like this. And as I go along the videos, I'll get more involved in certain things, and I'll do mixing and basically tricks for guitars and stuff like that, and try to have some really cool things that you guys can watch and hopefully learn from and see how my band does things, and hopefully become a fan of that. And all right, thank you.